Advocate Gcaleka.
Shame, Chair, your eagerness has now caused you to lose your head.
The process is running very well.
Yes, until we got here. I can scarcely believe that we're talking about interviewing the same person. I found Advocate Gcaleka to be wholly unsuitable for the post. She has a burden of baggage that I don't think can be properly dealt with. I don't think that she answered questions entirely frankly. And I don't think that she has demonstrated in the position as acting public protector that she has sufficient experience to take over the top job. So we will not be supporting her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Advocate Bredenbach. Honorable Mawutwe.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, what is more disturbing about the acting PP is that she knew she had ambitions to apply for the position of the PP, and she accepted to act on it, and knowing very well that she wants to take over that office. The reason why the PP's term is 7 years and non-renewable specifically says that you don't have ambitions of coming to continue. So if I were her, an honest person, she should have said, I've got ambitions to take this position and therefore I cannot act. And even worse, Chair, she takes responsibility of overseeing an investigation into the Palapala farm when she knows that the primary person of interest in that case is the President of the Republic. Now, there's something called quid pro quo, something like that. A favor for a favor. So if I find this person that he has not done wrong, it's a favor I'm doing in return, he must then do me a favor by appointing me. That is what has been created out there, Chair. She's not an honest person. We ask her about the cash transaction, which she says it was not part of the mandate. But when she was doing interviews, she said there was definitely a sale transaction. She even cited that she had an invoice and that. So she's not different from the one who came before her, who said we need to contextualize matters. So I think because of her dishonesty, which came out very clearly, I mean, her report on page 11 and 241, which is what I cited to her, clearly says that there was a private cash transaction. And it's evident in what she also said in her interviews on TV. I mean, it's all over. Comrades can go and check it. So when the situation is like this, she says this. When the situation changes, she says a different thing. So a person like that is far much more dangerous for a young democracy of our country that we have. So she's got a cloud hanging over her head, Chair. And to give her the office of the PP with the cloud hanging over her head, it's suicidal. But also, it's something that we, all of us, have got a duty to say, not in our names, not in our country. We have a young democracy. We have a duty to protect this democracy. And a person who comes across as following where the wind goes is not suitable. So as a result, Chair, we do not support Advocate Gcaleka. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to say Makwanisha will take the place of Klape. I was trying to give that order, hence I, for some reason, omitted Advocate. No, it was not out of excitement. To say, please be ready after Inkosi, because Inkosi tells us because Honorable Klape has spoken. The visitor?
Thank you, Chair. I think I should begin by saying that I've been part of this process from the beginning to the end as we conclude today. I listened to all the candidates, and when they present themselves, And also when they were answering questions that were posed to them, I also asked specific questions to them, trying to bring up what I think this committee needs to make an informed decision as to who to recommend. The candidate in question, Advocate Gcaleka, for me, she showed so much of self-confidence and strong leadership. It came when she was presenting during the interviews, and she demonstrated deep knowledge and understanding of the ins and outs of the office that she is occupying already. She was very insightful in that regard. Not only did she demonstrate her knowledge of the office, but also the socio-economic challenges that our country is facing. Also for me, she was not necessarily here to convince us to think that she's a good person for the job, but she confirmed that already she is there and we should not look any further. She demonstrated abilities to work independently and also playing within a team. And I do also want to allude to some references that were made to her, what you call, political involvement with the ruling party ANC, actively so in the past. And I noted, however, that personally, as a member of this committee, I didn't see that putting her in any compromised position, as she explained herself to the effect that for almost a decade now, she has not been an active member of the ruling party. So I think, therefore, I will consider that she be considered as the public protector.
Thank you very much, Adv. Honorable Makwanisha.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. I think we must start by answering the question, what was the intention of the legislature in creating the position of the Deputy Public Protector?
Sorry,
Can
yes.
you be protected?
Okay, over to you. You are protected, sir.
No, Chair, Chair, I think we must answer the question, what was the intention of the legislature in creating the position of the Deputy Public Protector? In addition to assisting the Public Protector in his or her absence, the Deputy Public Protector would be an acting Public Protector. Therefore, I don't agree with my sister, Honorable Maude, that she should have disqualified herself to say she will not act. Then if she does not act, what was going to become of that office in the absence, when Advocate Mkhwebane was suspended? So I don't think it's fair on Advocate Gcaleka. She executed her legislative duty. I also agree with Nkosi Buthelezi, Honorable Buthelezi. I think what we would be doing here is to ensure that we are really implementing a proper succession plan, that we have a person who has grown organically within the institution. And if you couple that with her performance in those interviews, she performed very well. She performed very well. All of us would have mistakes there and there, but we are not here to elect saints or to appoint saints. But I do think that Chairperson, she's got an ability to grow within the institution. She was able to answer specific questions about implementation in a detailed way. And I think she was the only candidate who did that. I will support her candidature.
Thank you very much, Honorable Makwanisha. Honorable Horn.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The Constitution requires that whoever is proposed for appointment by the National Assembly must be fit and proper. So we've, I think, as a committee, determined early on that whilst the requirements set out in the Public Protector Act around experience and positions held would be a basic entry requirement that doesn't encapsulate everything around the fit part, the fitness part. And in that sense, I think the interview of Advocate Gcaleka unfortunately exposed serious deficiencies. She, of course, interviewed in the context of having been the Deputy Public Protector and the Acting Public Protector, and in that regard, the fact that she's of the view that a Public Protector would have a discretion as to whether all relevant witnesses to a matter is interviewed is very, very worrying. And in the circumstances, somebody who's acted and dealt with a very important investigation without being able to answer as to how one would go about in this country to properly interpret law, in our view, must then lead to a conclusion that there's serious reservations on whether she ultimately, apart from meeting the basic threshold in terms of the qualification in law and practice in law, meets what must the threshold around being fit for the position. In terms of propriety, there's unfortunately also, I think, as the Honourable Breitenbach has indicated, also lingering issues. I think she was at best evasive when asked about her time at the NPA, as well as when she was a special advisor to the Minister of Home Affairs. And therefore, I think it's also important at this stage to put on the record that even though we were not, of course, in a position to confront her with that, the fact that community members of the Ntambankulu municipality after the interviews have made contact with us to claim that, contrary to what Advocate Gcaleka claimed during her interview, she has not visited that municipality personally to investigate their plight when crossing the river, completes a picture where, from our side, we have very serious doubts about her propriety, and therefore we can't support her. Thank you.